For us, Microcinema it's a pop-up theater. So right now we're in a space inside of a restaurant. We drop a screen down that we made ourselves. We have a projector that we fundraised from the community that we've set up. And then it's a matter of finding filmmakers and asking them to come in and share their work. I think for us, Microcinema is sort of like an art opening. So the idea is that we're connecting the artists, the filmmakers, with the community, the people who watch it, which you don't always get, of course, in a theater environment.
And you guys have a rule that you only do Maine-made cinema, correct?
Maine-made cinema or a Maine connection, so the person needs to be from Maine who made the film and needs to feature somebody from Maine. So yeah, it's always a Maine connection of some kind.
And why do you think that's such an important thing to have in Lewiston, Maine?
Well, I mean, Lewiston is where I work. I have a lot of community connections there, so I think it's important to bring that sort of work to Lewiston. I don't know that people in the rest of Maine realize all the stuff that's going on in Lewiston, so that's why it's important. But I think the connection to Maine film is important to us because there's not a lot of outlets for that, right? I mean, it's growing and there's more and more, but there's so many talented people making films, and then after they made it, they're like, well, where am I going to show it? And so we're really excited to support that. My co-curator, Craig Saddlemeyer, is a Maine filmmaker, so he's got a lot of connections as well.
And you brought a clip from one of the films
Correct.
that you have showed. Let's take a look at that and we'll come back on the other side.
Sure.
Hey, honey, we're running late. I'm taking Lucy to school.
Bye, Mommy. Help me. I've been abducted.
Too late to hide, it won't be long. She'll make mincemeat out of you.
I don't have amnesia.
So why that film? What appeals about films like this to you?
Well, I mean, Damnation Land is a series that's put together. I mean, it pretty much is exactly what we're trying to do at Maine Microcinema, right? They're taking local filmmakers and they're giving them opportunity to be creative and then helping them find venues to share that creativity. And it's based on a theme. It's always made in Maine. It's everything that we represent.
And you do this at She Doesn't Like Guthrie's, and it's a little place in Lewiston. They're trying to expand.
Right.
What is the benefit of that for Microcinema? What do you hope will happen if people get their money into this organization?
I think that it's just a bigger space. I mean, we're filling up the space. We did a film, 100 Hand, Heart, and Feet, last spring, and there was standing room only. People were so excited to come see the film. So for us, it's great to just have more space. Guthrie's has amazing food, which is great, but they also have an open kitchen, which doesn't always coexist with showing a film very well. So I think it's really exciting to have sort of an isolated space. And more importantly, we're bringing a lot of films that people want to see more than once, or they can't make it. We just do one night screening. So having a space that we can show it over multiple nights is going to really expand our mission. So we're very excited about it.
Because you show these films for free. So what this really is exposure for the film and the filmmaker. It's not really a money-making thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't make any money off it. We pass a jar around, and that helps pay for our filmmakers' gas. Sometimes they give some of that back to us to pay for things like the projector and the new theater. We paid for that and things like that.
And so She Doesn't Like Guthrie's has the space. They're working on the space, but they could use some cash, right? So that's one of the things you guys want to help out with.
They could, absolutely. And even what we're fundraising for, it's very expensive to put together a theater, so it could even be more than the goal that we're shooting for.